Throughout history, the human body has both amazed and baffled medical science. While we understand much about our physiology, some unusual medical cases have challenged even the best scientific minds. From inexplicable symptoms to peculiar survival stories, these tales of bizarre ailments and phenomena have been passed down for generations. Here, we delve into some of the most unusual cases that still perplex us. The Toxic Lady of Riverside. In 1994, Gloria Ramirez became one of the most mysterious cases in modern medicine. Admitted to a hospital in Riverside, California, with symptoms of severe discomfort, the hospital staff noticed an unusual sheen on her skin, a strange fruity and garlicky smell from her mouth, and an ammonia-like scent from a blood sample that also contained small yellow particles. The mystery deepened when medical personnel around her began fainting and developing alarming symptoms. Following her death, these effects persisted among those who examined her body. Although her death was attributed to cervical cancer, the symptoms affecting those around her raised questions. Initial investigations suggested mass hysteria, but many remained unsatisfied with this conclusion. Assistant Deputy Director Pat Grant proposed a different theory. Ramirez might have been using dimethyl sulfone as a home remedy, hoping it would treat her cancer. A no brain tissue enigma. The brain is the command center of the human body, and most people consider it essential for life. Yet history holds cases of individuals with minimal brain tissue who managed to lead relatively normal lives. One notable example involved a 44-year-old Frenchman who sought medical advice for leg weakness. To the doctor's astonishment, scans revealed he had only 10% of the typical brain mass, with most of his brain cavity filled with fluid due to a condition he had likely had since birth. Despite this, the man was married, held a job, and had an IQ of 75, which, while below average, did not constitute a mental disability. Other examples include a woman who was missing her cerebellum, a region responsible for motor functions, and a young man who had only a brain stem, both of whom lived with minimal impact on their lives. These cases defy conventional neuroscience, suggesting that the human brain may possess untapped capabilities and resilience. A life disrupted by hiccups. Hiccups are a common, if annoying, phenomenon that usually pass without much trouble. However, for Chris Sands, hiccups became a life-altering condition. Sands experienced hiccups every 2 seconds for 14 hours straight at his worst, affecting his ability to work and maintain relationships. Doctors were initially stumped, ruling out psychological causes, but offering no solutions. Desperate, Sands sought media attention, hoping it might lead to help. Finally, during filming by a Japanese crew, a doctor identified a tumor on his brain stemmed through an MRI scan. Phineas Gage and his life-altering injury. Phineas Gage is perhaps one of the most famous cases in the history of medicine and neuroscience. In 1848, while working on a railroad, Gage was involved in a horrific accident. An explosion forced an iron rod through his skull, damaging his brain but sparing his life. Remarkably, Gage not only survived but reportedly spoke to a doctor shortly after the incident. While he escaped death, the injury drastically changed his personality, as observed by those who knew him. Previously known as friendly and responsible, he became impulsive and erratic after the injury. His condition highlighted the importance of the frontal lobes in personality and social behavior, and Gage's skull remains on display at Harvard as a lasting reminder of the case that revolutionized our understanding of the brain. The mystery of exploding teeth. Tooth pain is an ordeal many wish to avoid, but a few unfortunate souls in the 19th century encountered a bizarre complication: exploding teeth. According to reports, people suffering from intense, prolonged toothaches sometimes heard an audible pop, after which their pain ceased. One victim, Letitia D., recounted such an experience with disbelief, and about 5 cases of exploding teeth were documented during that century. Some theories suggested that amalgam fillings, made from different metals, might have generated an electric current through a process known as electrolysis, causing the chemical reaction. While this explanation has not been scientifically validated, the phenomenon seems to have disappeared in modern times, leaving us with a strange mystery from dental history. Howard Engel and the loss of literacy. Canadian author Howard Engel woke one morning to discover he could no longer read. A stroke had left him with a rare condition often termed word blindness or alexia without agraphia. While he retained the ability to write, reading was impossible. Undeterred, Engel went on to write a memoir, The Man Who Forgot How to Read, in 2008, documenting his experiences. Though Engel could have felt despair, he instead approached the condition with resilience, describing how he learned to adapt. He continued writing and even authored several detective novels after his stroke. Engel's story underscores the human spirit's capacity to persevere even when faced with extraordinary challenges. The Dance Fever of Strasbourg. One of Europe's most peculiar historical events was the Dancing Plague of 1518 in Strasbourg, a city on the border of France and Germany. In July of that year, a woman named Frau Trophy began dancing uncontrollably in the street. Her odd behavior lasted for several days, and soon others joined her, with nearly 400 people dancing uncontrollably by August. Tragically, many succumbed to exhaustion, heart attacks, or strokes. At the time, local doctors believed hot blood was to blame and encouraged people to dance the fever out. A stage and musicians were even provided to keep the dancers moving. However, the epidemic continued until it mysteriously stopped in September. Historians theorize that stress, superstition, the curious tale of Mary Toft, and her rabbit births. One of the strangest and most infamous medical hoaxes occurred in 18th century England when a woman named Mary Toft claimed to have given birth to rabbits. Living in poverty, Toft captured the nation's attention when she appeared to go into labor with rabbits, which her midwife collected as evidence. The story spread, and Toft was brought to court by Nathaniel Street Andre, court anatomist to King George I, where she was examined by various skeptical doctors. The ruse fell apart when a porter revealed that Toft had asked him to bring parts of rabbits to her. Under pressure, she admitted to the hoax, confessing that she had been inserting parts of rabbits into herself to fake the births. Toft's deception damaged the reputations of prominent medical figures of the time and serves as a peculiar reminder of human gullibility and the lengths some people will go to achieve fame. The unending mysteries of the human body. These cases highlight how the human body, despite all our scientific advances, continues to hold mysteries that even the most seasoned experts struggle to explain. From phantom symptoms and spontaneous dancing epidemics to surviving with minimal brain tissue, the boundaries of what our bodies can endure and exhibit seem limitless. These stories remind us of both the body's resilience and the mysteries still waiting to be unraveled, leaving us with one final comforting thought. However strange our ailments may seem, we still have our entire brains and the boundless curiosity to keep exploring the unknown. Wow! The human body truly is filled with mysteries beyond imagination. Which story surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed uncovering these strange medical tales with us, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.